Come with me while I create this set and show you how I apply glitter. I'm also hoping to upload more, so if you do like this video, make sure you do like and follow for more. So with anything like a chunky glitter or, say, shards, anything like that, I will always put a similar colour underneath. It just means that I'm not as worried about my application in the end, whether there's any tiny gaps, you won't see them. So what I do with this particular set is I use lavender pearl everywhere that I want glitter. You'll see that I'm working thin, I'm painting that down the nail. Give it a second to set on the nail as I am here, and just really gently paint that down the nail using a really, really light hand, almost like you're applying a gel polish or a nail polish to the nail. Next, using a teeny tiny ball of acrylic, I will go into the glitter and pick up the glitter that I want. So these are shards, they're from Enchanted Essence. Unfortunately, they have closed down now, but loads of places do really nice shards. So basically, I will then arrange them as I want them on the nail. You'll notice I'm just using the tip of my brush just to push them around where I want them. And then when I get to a point where I've got a bit of space at the end, I'll just blend them down. Here, what I actually do is just literally dip my wet brush into the glitter. You don't need to keep picking up acrylic, as there will be acrylic left on the nail that's still wet and it will adhere to. So this is a princess nail, this particular one. And what I do is, obviously I've created my glitter kind of at the cuticle area. Then I go in with a bead of nude. I'll place that probably about 2/3 of the way up the nail, and then what I want to do is blend it towards the tip, but you'll notice I actually sorted the cuticle area out first, just ever so gently blending it so it is kind of a little bit sheer, and then it kind of blends into almost looking like an ombre. So what I'll do now is, obviously I place in the tip and just make sure that I've got all of my structure in place, and in a moment I'm going to come in with a clear bead of acrylic and I'll create the apex. So then you'll see here we've got a really nice ombre fade on the pinky. So there you go, that's the clear bead. It's just a tiny little bead. I've had my brush at probably like almost a 45-degree angle on that one, sorry, a 90-degree angle, and then I pick up the tiniest little bead. I just need to make sure I've got all of that glitter completely capped and my structure's in place. So for this particular nail, I'm capping the full nail in clear, so I will place a good sized bead on that nail. This is only a salon length nail, so it doesn't need to be massive, and I can always add. Don't worry about doing everything in one bead, it's not necessary. So what I'll do then is I will just pattern press that down the nail. I'm trying not to fiddle about with it too much because I don't want any air bubbles in it, and obviously it's a clear nail, but you'll see I'm just kind of trying to get my shape in and my structure, so I've got minimal filing there, and I'm making sure all of the glitter is capped. You'll know it's capped when it goes completely clear. Completely matte. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to go in and I'm doing a similar effect on the middle finger. In fact, it's the same as the pinky, this one, I think. And again, 2/3 of the way up the nail, I place my bead, then I blend it down towards the tip, but you'll notice I've tried to shear it out a little bit towards the cuticle, so there's a fade. So just use my brush to do that and any monomer. Now I'm getting my shape in, and again, I'm going in and making sure I cap all of that glitter at the cuticle, and I'm getting my apex in place. Again, these aren't long nails, so they don't need a huge apex. You don't always need a really thick apex. It just needs a bit of structure to make sure it doesn't snap. Now this one is more like a kind of glitter ombre fade. So I go in at the cuticle, always tuck it in at the cuticle first, really get that right in there. You'll see that I'm tucking that right in. And I don't really want a 90-degree angle on that bead, so you'll notice I've got my brush on more of probably like a 45-degree angle, just to make sure it's coming out of the cuticle rather than kind of going out and over and into. I hope that makes some sense, but I don't want it to be too bulky basically at the cuticle area. Obviously getting that pesky little bit of glitter out. I swear it doesn't matter how carefully you are, there's one bit will find itself. Then I'm blending that towards the tip. Now, I was discussing this with my client at the time, I remember this, and we decided we needed more glitter because frankly It always helps. So I place a little bead again. I've picked that up with a little bead of acrylic, popped it into my loose glitter, and I've just really gently faded that up. I'm using the tip of my brush just to use that monomer that's in the brush, just to keep that bead going, keep all of the acrylic going and the glitter, and move that up just so it's a really gentle fade, just because we wanted a little bit more of a sparkle on this one, and it was actually going over the top of the nude acrylic. So as with all glitter, please do make sure you cap it in clear. You don't want to file any of that away. Make sure it's all covered and make sure it's all gone matte before you start filing. So I haven't left the filing in on this one, but if you do want me to, I can do that. Make sure you like and follow for more, and if there's anything you want to see, pop it in the comments. I'll be happy to try and create a video for you. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time. Bye now.